He conquered the German Bundesliga with genius-level displays as a teenager, but hasn't quite been able to do the same in the Premier League. Although Jadon Sancho has the potential to become one of the best forwards of his generation, it is his lifestyle that gets all of our attention this time. From his secret relationship, details about his personal life, and the sad story behind his tattoos, to his luxury properties, net worth, and all the interesting stuff. This is Jadon Sancho's Rocket Lifestyle. Jadon Malik Sancho was born on the 25th of March 2000 in Camberwell, Greater London. He grew up alongside his sisters in the Kennington district of South London, an area allegedly known to have had high crime rates at the time. Both of Sancho's parents had emigrated from Trinidad and Tobago to England in search of greener pastures. His father worked as a security guard while his mother kept things running at home. Growing up in such a neighborhood was tough for young Sancho, but he found solace in football and being friends with another future star, Reece Nelson. Guaranteed more fun because they both played together in youth tournaments and lived close to each other. Sancho used to be a Chelsea fan as a child, and he idolized Frank Lampard and also Ronaldinho. Anyone who saw the young Englishman knew that he had a special talent, and soon enough, he captured the attention of the Hornets. After a training session with Watford's youth team, the Englishman signed a contract with them. Sancho also attended the Crampton Primary School in London, but even his head teacher was convinced that he would go on to become a pro footballer. Turns out that Jadon had to move into an accommodation provided by Watford due to commuting issues. As a result, he began attending their partner school Harefield Academy at age 11. Sancho then switched to Manchester City's academy when he was 14 for an initial fee of £66,000, potentially rising to £500,000 with add-ons. Sancho impressed at City and was en route to joining their senior team setup in a couple of years, but he engineered a move away from the club as he felt unassured of playing time. He then joined Borussia Dortmund for an £8 million fee in August 2017 and was immediately drafted into the first-team squad. In his first 2 seasons with Dortmund, Sancho smashed several youngest ever records in the Bundesliga and was named the 2018 and 19 Bundesliga Team of the Season. More success followed, and the Englishman ended 2019 with 15 goals and 16 assists in the calendar year. Sancho would end up scoring 50 goals in 137 appearances for Dortmund as he helped the team to win the DFB Pokal and the DFB Super Cup trophies during his time. He also became the youngest player ever to reach 50 assists in the Bundesliga. Due to his stellar performances, Sancho appeared on the radar of several European top-flight clubs. He would end up making a move to Manchester United in July 2021 for £73 million. However, his time with the Red Devils hasn't been what everyone expected, as he is flattered to deceive. With reduced all-around contributions and scoring only 12 goals in 80 appearances as at the time of this recording, haven't failed to make an impact, and with fitness and confidence struggles, fans have begun to see the ex-Dortmund man as just another overhyped Englishman. Nevertheless, Sancho has shown that he can be quick, technical, and creative as a winger. On the international stage, Sancho has been capped at the under-16, under-17, and under-19 levels. He got called up to the senior team in 2018 and has earned over 20 caps. However, Sancho failed to make the 2022 World Cup squad and has in fact not featured for the Three Lions since 2021. But let's see what's going on in Sancho's life away from football. Jadon Sancho has been extremely private about his relationships. The hearsay is that he has a daughter whom he once posted on social media. It would be interesting to see whether he'll break the silence about her mother. Currently, rumors also have it that the footballer is dating Taylor Hill, an American model and social media influencer. They've been reportedly spotted together on a few occasions, but neither of them has said anything about being together. Turns out that we'll have to keep a close eye to see if anything changes. Jadon Sancho's lifestyle could be described as simple. He maintains a low profile on social media, although he has accounts on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. He only posts a few times, and they're mostly related to his personal life. But we do know that he loves trap music and loves to party at times. When he's not training or recovering from training, you might also find the Manchester United man showing his fashionista side. However, many of you superfans also want to know about some of Sancho's properties. So here's what we've got. Sancho lives in Manchester, probably in Cheshire like many of his other teammates. However, he has kept details of his property away from the public eye. Luckily, we know one of the cars he drives. The Englishman is just one of the only 10 owners of the Mercedes Brabus is made. The Mercedes AMG G-Wagon, modified by Brabus, cost $472,000. The vehicle is powered by a massive 4.0-liter bi-turbo V8 petrol engine with an output of an equally massive 585 horsepower and 850 newton meters of peak power and torque. No doubt this engine is top-notch. It has a sporty 9-speed automatic AMG speed shift transmission, which sends power to all 4 wheels. Also, there are a ton of accessories in the interior to ensure great off-roading worthiness. And despite all the weight, the car still goes from 0 to 100 km per hour in just 4.5 seconds. The top speed is capped at 220 km per hour, which isn't bad either. But one of the things that stand out personally for me are Jadon Sancho's tattoos and the sad story behind them. The Manchester United winger lost his brother when he was 5 and wrote a poem in primary school dedicating it to him. Sancho read the poem out at the funeral, and he has since inked the words onto his left forearm. It was his first ever tattoo. The poem reads, "You and me will stay together. You made us happy. You brought us joy. You were a special baby boy. I couldn't wait till you grew up, teach you football, and win the cup. But you're gone. What can I do? Baby brother, we love you." The poem is surrounded by birds, one angel, a depiction of heaven, a butterfly, and the initials of his brother and sister. The Englishman also has other tattoos on his right arm, and they're mostly a collection of several cartoon characters in the comics. They include those of Spider-Man, Sonic, and The Simpsons. Moving on to his net worth, we estimate the footballer to be worth $34 million at the moment. He is just about the highest paid player in Manchester United, earning a weekly salary of £350,000. This brings his annual earnings to about £18.2 million. That is mind-blowing for a 23-year-old. And it's safe to say that Jadon Sancho might become one of the richest in the game at the end of his career. The Englishman is also one of the biggest faces of renowned footwear company Nike. They even launched a shoe collection named after him, the SC11 Sancho Collection. Sancho also has paid partnership agreements with Pepsi and EA Sports as extra sources of income. And true to his nature, the footballer gives back to society and is a supporter of social equality. Back in May 2020, he removed his shirt after scoring a goal to reveal another shirt with the message "Justice for George Floyd," a black man who was murdered that week in Minneapolis by police officers. He was also part of Nike's project to build a football pitch, which he did in Southeast London in 2019. The aim was to provide a pitch for the less privileged children who had grown up to be playing football on the streets. The Manchester United star has been accused of having disciplinary problems. Since becoming United's 4th most expensive player in 2021, Sancho has dropped below the radar and is reported to have a poor attitude to training. Sancho's timekeeping was also an issue for the England backroom staff, and he eventually lost his place in Gareth Southgate's squad. He seemingly responded to that by posting a picture of him playing the FIFA 23 video game during England's clash with Germany in the 6th week of the European Nations League. Everyone will be hoping that Jadon Sancho rediscovers his form and gets back to his very best.